Hello, and welcome to 5-Minute Crimes. Today we will look into how the disappearance of a wife leads to a double murder-suicide in the case of the Powell family. To outsiders, the Powell family looked like your typical American family. Susan Powell was an ambitious, loving wife who cared for her family very well, and Joshua was a typical husband working hard to support his family. So it shocked everyone when Susan went missing and the focus turned to Joshua. With the pressure tightening around him, it became too much to bear, leading Joshua to commit one of the worst crimes imaginable. Susan and Joshua met in the same Institute of Religion course in college. They hit things off and later got married, afterwards moving in with Joshua's father, Stephen. Stephen was infatuated with Susan and would do things around the house without her knowledge. He would follow her around with a camcorder, use a mirror to spy on her in the bathroom, steal her underwear from her laundry, read her journals, and even post love songs about her online. In 2003, he confessed his feelings to her, to which she rejected him, resulting in Susan and Joshua moving to West Valley City, Utah to get away. The couple went on to have 2 sons, Charles in 2005 and Braden in 2007. Susan was extremely happy to be a mother and took on the role well. The only problem was her marriage. There was a lot of strain in the relationship, mostly stemming from Joshua. Susan was extremely devoted to the church, but Joshua refused to attend church services with the family. He continued to talk to his father even after the advances towards Susan, as well as being extremely controlling to Susan. He also had a terrible spending habit, which led him to filing for bankruptcy in 2007, declaring over $200,000 in debts. Susan would document in her journal things like, "I want it documented that there is extreme turmoil in our marriage, and if I die, it may not be an accident, even if it looks like one." This leads us to the morning of December 6, 2009. Susan and the boys went to attend their normal church services, and after that, a neighbor went over to the family home and did not leave until around 5 p.m. This is the last time that Susan would be seen. The next morning, the entire family was reported missing when the boys did not make it to daycare and Susan did not show up for work. The police were called because the relatives believed that the family may have been victims of carbon monoxide poisoning. The police entered the home but did not find anyone inside. They did find 2 large box fans blowing at a wet spot on the couch. Susan's purse, her wallet, and her identification was also found inside. Later that day, Joshua returned home with the boys around 5 p.m. He was then taken to the police station to be questioned. He claimed that he and the boys left Susan sleeping at home while they left around midnight to go camping in the Simpson Springs in western Utah. This was bizarre for multiple reasons. The first was that there was no evidence of a campsite where Joshua explained. Second was that it was extremely late to go on a camping trip and there were blizzard conditions in the area. The final bizarre thing was that Joshua did not call off work the next morning, to which he explained that he thought it was Sunday rather than Monday. Following her disappearance, the police found traces of Susan's blood on the floor in the house, a life insurance policy on Susan for $1.5 million, and a handwritten letter from Susan expressing fear for her life. The police also noted suspicious behavior from Joshua. He liquidated Susan's retirement accounts, canceled her regularly scheduled chiropractic sessions, and withdrew his children from daycare. He also talked to his coworkers about how easy it would be to hide a body in an abandoned mine shaft in the desert. Charles was interviewed and he stated that they went on a camping trip, but that Mommy went with them and did not come back home. Charles also told the teacher that his mother was dead. A daycare worker also told police that Braden drew a picture of a car with 3 people in it and told the workers that Mommy was in the trunk. Joshua ended up moving himself and the kids to live with his father. After they moved, Stephen was arrested on charges of voyeurism and child pornography after finding evidence that he had secretly videotaped multiple women and young girls. After his arrest, Susan's parents were granted custody of the boys until Joshua moved away from his father. Joshua agreed and moved into a house on South Hill, Utah, but he was only granted visitation several times a week because he was the main suspect of the disappearance of Susan. On February 5, 2012, social worker Elizabeth Griffin took the boys to the house for a visit with Joshua. Elizabeth was one step behind the boys when Joshua opened the door. He grabbed the boys and locked the door behind him. Elizabeth knocked and rang the doorbell, but he would not open the door. She called the police, and before an officer could arrive, the house exploded, killing Joshua and the 2 boys. After a brief investigation, the police found that they all died from carbon monoxide poisoning, but that the boys sustained significant injuries to their head and necks from being chopped with a hatchet before the explosion. It was also found that gasoline was poured throughout the house. They found that Joshua sent emails to friends and family stating that he was sorry and goodbye. He also withdrew his money from his bank account and donated all of the boys' toys and books to charity. Susan was declared dead March 2018, with her cause of death being homicide. To this day, her body has never been found. This is 5 Minute Crimes. Be sure to subscribe to get updated on future videos, including the extended version of this video. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.